Hi, I'm Richard Whitten. I'm the painter of these, and I'm a professor of painting at Rhode Island College, and we're here in my studio in Edgewood, Rhode Island.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous studio, and
Thank you
as
so
is your
much.
work. So, can you tell me a little bit, Richard, about what inspired you, one, to paint in this sort of style of, and what you've learned, what you've brought to the table over the years with what you've learned that's
Sure.
influenced the style?
In grad school, I was a geometric abstractionist, sort of three-dimensional looking, and I thought that if I'm making paintings about moving blocks, I needed something about space. And I love Renaissance architecture, and I love Renaissance painting, and so I started to use Renaissance spaces with these moving blocks, but I had no emotional attachment to the blocks, and so they got eliminated, and I just made paintings of architecture, but I still wanted to have something that moved, and so I started to put in these imagined machines. And what I'm trying to do with the painting is actually make something that feels like it's a little bit more real than the real thing. I do make the sculptures, but that are, the actual piece, so that I can see how the shadows work or how it moves. But I actually love the paintings more because they seem to have much more of a light and an existence and a space and a presence than the actual object. And then, so I ended up looking at the paintings more as objects too. When you have a rectangle, it's just a picture of something that's through the window. But here, when it's a three-dimensional object and it's even set a little bit off the wall, you have to understand it like it's sculpture. And then eventually you move inside the painting. Would you like to come over to this painting?
Sure.
Okay. As you can see, this, a little messy here, I'm sorry. This is obviously this big wooden heavy panel. But then as you work into it, you actually go into this deep space with the light. It creates an atmosphere. It makes a lot of different references, both to Victorian machinery. This is based off of a steam engine governor, which is something that regulates the speed of the moving engine. And then this light, you might actually recognize, is Vermeer.
It's amazing.
And so definitely art historical references. I love history. I love actually the act of painting. I'm a maker, not just in terms of making the panels, but making an object out of paint. I want it to have a reality, as I said before, that is almost greater than the real thing.
Great. Well, we're really looking forward to having you in Lily Pad Gallery, as well as having your work on a continuing basis. I think it's just phenomenal. It does take you into a whole different space. So thank you very much,
Oh, you're
Richard.
so welcome, and I'm looking forward to this too.